Welcome, everybody.
Hello, welcome to Menlo Students. We're so glad you're joining us today.
My name is Brandon Fox, and I am a part of the SLT team in Menlo Park. And sir, what is your name?
Well, Brandon, God knows my name is Trevor, and I am the student resident for the Menlo Park campus.
Last week, we talked about how Jesus knew Zacchaeus' name just as much as he knew mine and all of yours, this guy's name too.
Exactly, Brandon. Knowing someone's name is really important because it shows that you care about them.
It is also important to know that Jesus doesn't just know our name, but he also knows our story.
I could not agree with you more. Knowing someone's story is great, and it is a great segue into our game for today. We have the wonderful Brett Corton, who is the head of our student ministry team, and his wonderful wife, Taylor, who's in charge of connections here at the Menlo Park campus. And here they are in all of their glory. Brett, Taylor, take a wave, take a bow, say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Just like God knows our name and story, people like Brett and Taylor, who are clearly in love and married, know each other's name and story. So tonight we are going to test that.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to test that. Brandon, how are we going to test that?
Here we have a variety.
Ooh.
We have a variety of scrumptious ingredients. Brett and Taylor will have 30 seconds to make the worst sandwich they could ever make for each other.
That looks disgusting. After they complete the sandwich, of course, each contestant will be asked 4 questions that the other has written about them, and they should know the questions, the answers that are on these questions about their partner, because if they don't, well, that should be just silly. Of course, because they know everything about each other, so they're going to get these questions right, you guys?
They're married, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get started. Clock set.
We're going to set a 30-second timer,
All right.
and you guys
Ready?
have 30 seconds to
Set.
complete that sandwich.
Go.
All right. Oh, you're going for the spam.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, going
That's
for
a pickle.
Ew, that's a lot of mustard. Make sure you get some mayo. Oh, don't try to reach for the.
Oh,
he
that
was
is
reaching for the reaching for paper.
That is straight
Oh,
fish of sorts.
that is just
Sardines.
nasty. Oh,
Some
going for pickles.
pickles.
That's good. You have 11 seconds left,
One
by the
thing
way.
that Taylor does know
Blue
is
cheese,
Brett does
spam,
not
and
like pickles.
Who knew this would be such a disgusting display? You have 5
5,
seconds.
4,
4, 3, 2, and 1.
Oh.
Look at that.
Boy, those are some gross sandwiches, everybody. at home.
Wow. Subway called. They want their
Okay, and
sandwiches
now
back.
we are going
I'm
to.
just
Oh,
kidding.
wait. Twist.
There's a little
There's a twist.
There's a little twist. There's a little twist.
There's a twist.
There's a twist.
Brett, that is actually not Taylor's sandwich. In fact, that is your sandwich. Taylor, that is in fact not Brett's sandwich. That is your sandwich. So you are stuck with that. Let's get right into the questions. There will be 4 questions. Remember, people at home, each time you forget, they do not know the question, they will have to take a bite if they don't know. Anyways, let's get to it. First, Taylor, which of our vacations is my favorite?
That would be our honeymoon, because you got
To
to
where?
snorkel. To Fiji.
That would be incorrect.
Dang it! What was
I
the
would
answer?
have to say
What?
it was when I met your family and proposed.
Oh,
My favorite. Because without that, there would have been no honeymoon.
Oh, that's a
fair.
good.
That's fair.
That was
All
well
right, so
thought
that
out.
is-
Just saying. Okay.
Okay.
That is a bite.
Here, hold that.
All right. Take a bite. Wow. Oh, that's. Make sure to.
Our
Glad
special.
those anchovies aren't on mine.
Ew.
Okay, I'm ready.
You know, it's funny you say that. What is something Taylor is scared of, Brett?
Many things.
Many
We
things.
could say fish, spiders, somebody breaking into your house at night.
That is a lot of
Um,
things, but in fact, audience, the answer is fish. So, Brett, you do not have to take a bite of that sandwich, which is funny enough because she has fish
Yeah,
directly
no
on her
fish mine.
sandwich.
Okay.
I like to eat them. I don't like to swim with them.
Well, okay, Taylor, this is your second question. What is Brett's all-time favorite video game?
Zelda.
Which one?
Ooh.
Breath of the Wild?
Oh my
gosh.
That's why I love her. That's
Oh
why I
my
love her
gosh.
right
She
there.
knows her games.
That reason. No, many more too.
That's what
All
I
right,
said.
Trevor, next question.
Well, next question. Brett, what is Taylor's favorite junk food snack, and how does she like to consume it?
We don't have much junk food at our house.
Oh, but you do.
I'm gonna. I don't think I know the answer to this. Chocolate and I don't know. I'm missing it.
Brett, you couldn't be further from the truth. It was Flaming Hot Cheetos with chopsticks.
That's right.
Okay, that's a bite.
Look at that. Just that. Oh, God.
Oh, gross.
This is making me quiver.
man.
Ugh.
Oh
That is
my
a big
gosh.
slab of spam.
Oh,
Raw spam, by the way.
There's a little something around your mouth.
we should probably get a trash can just in case.
Uh-huh.
Or you
Brandon,
can swallow it.
What is the next question?
All right, next question. What was the name of Brett's favorite pet?
Shelby.
Wow.
Well done.
Well done. Okay, Trevor.
Well,
Yorkie ever.
these two lovebirds know a lot about each other. But Brett, did you know, or do
I
you
know?
know,
I
excuse
hope I
me,
do.
you know? Yeah, you better hope so. What is Taylor's most embarrassing moment? Yeah. Yeah, be careful how you answer this one.
I know. Oh man, I'm not sure. Visiting
No pressure,
the family
Brett.
the first time over the holidays, and you were afraid to visit them.
I wasn't afraid to visit your
That's not-
Embarrassed to visit them. I don't know. I failed.
At my 13th birthday party, my dog farted, and everyone thought I blamed the
You told me
dog,
that a couple
and
weeks
nobody
ago.
believed that it was not me.
Brett has to eat.
I like how that's just like part of our normal conversation.
It's true. That was a normal conversation. Oh, why
That
did I
was
bite
a
it?
all
large piece of spam into his mouth.
I'm sure the mayo helps with the
All right,
digestion.
last question.
Bring it.
Who has Brett seen the most in concert?
Need to breathe.
Correct.
Taylor is
Beautiful.
crushing this.
Crushing it, absolutely.
Crushing it. Oh my goodness. Now, Brett,
Last question.
last question for you, my man, and possibly last bite of that sandwich. Maybe. What word did Taylor use to describe your first date to her friends?
Probably magical. She uses magical all the time.
Nope.
And it never makes sense. Oh wait, it was awkward.
I'll accept that.
Well, we won't accept that because that's not what's written on here. The actual answer is weird.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it was a weird date.
Got them all wrong. I mean, I eat this. What do you expect?
Brett went 1 for 4, but
Thank you so
you.
much.
wow.
That was a wonderful turn of events.
Ooh,
Ladies and gentlemen,
my nostrils.
as you can
said.
see,
Oh,
this couple may or may not know everything about each other, but good thing to know is that God knows.
God
Right?
knows, exactly. God knows our stories and God knows their stories. And they just got to know a little bit more about each other's stories.
That was super entertaining, but we have a couple of announcements. First
That's right.
off, we have the big campaign going on called Bay for the Bay. We are for the Bay.
That's right. Being for the Bay. That's right. For the Bay is a campaign we have going on right now. And my question to you is, do you have someone in your life group who is living their life for others? Or maybe leaders that are so generous with their time? Well, if you answered yes to that, you can nominate them through a link on the screen, and they will be gifted a sweatshirt. That's right. Or you can go and rep our For the Bay merch by purchasing it through our link on the screen.
All of our campuses are now meeting back in person, and we would love
Yeah.
for you guys to come and join us. Please head to the link on the screen and check out the details.
That's right. And now we're going to transition over and hear from some of our student leadership team from our Menlo Park campus.
Check it out.
Hi, my name is Ethan Ewan, and I've been a part of Menlo Church since I was 5 years old. What is personal to me and what I want to talk about today is volunteering. I really love volunteering, and it's truly something that makes me happy. I first started volunteering at a homeless shelter when I was 8, on Sundays to help serve morning breakfast. Then when I entered high school, I joined YMSL, which is Young Men's Service League, where I did a variety of service. I also, next summer, will be a teaching assistant at Peninsula Bridge. What I appreciate most about volunteering is how I can express my gratefulness to my parents, my community, and to God. In other words, I feel like it's the least that I can do to be worthy of the amazing life that I've been given. The feeling is rather difficult to describe by helping others, but it's similar to the feeling during Christmas, how some people say they appreciate giving over receiving. Volunteering has been the foundation of my life, and I can confidently say this has changed my life for the better. I truly recommend people to try it if they haven't already.
Hey Menlo students, we're so happy you're here with us tonight on this fine evening. Now, you may be wondering, who are these 4 people on this stage tonight? And I'm just gonna say, we're 10th graders from the Menlo Park campus, represent! And we're on the student leadership team. Now, I think it's so cool what the student leadership teams are doing all across the Menlo Church campuses. We are each putting together our own service. And it's our turn tonight. And I think it would be really cool to introduce ourselves and tell us, the audience, something they may not know about us. So I'll go first. My name is Caitlin. I'm a sophomore at Notre Dame Belmont. And something you may not know about me is that I love to bake, and I even have my own baking business.
Yeah, that's so
Wow,
cool.
that's so cool, Caitlin. I love that. Hi, I'm Megan, and I'm from Menlo Atherton High School. Something that matters to me or I value is animals, especially my dog.
I love my dog, too. He's
that.
like my favorite.
Gotta say, pretty jealous, wish I had a pet. I'm Erin, I go to MA, and something that really matters to me is the water. I've always loved swimming, sailing, and even hope to be a marine biologist.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Kai. I'm a sophomore at Sequoia High School. Something you may not know about me is that I'm a competitive dancer, and I love all things arts, theater, music, all of it.
Well, it's been really amazing to get to know a little bit more about each other. Especially Caitlin, really didn't know you had your own business for baking. That's super cool. And this also kind of leads a little bit into our message for tonight, which is about taking the time to really get to know the people around you and not just making assumptions or judgments about them.
Yeah, thanks everyone for sharing. I thought it was also cool to get to know you guys a little bit more, considering we're in the same life group. And I didn't know that Erin wanted to be a marine biologist. I think that's really cool. And well, as we transition into a time of worship, we want you to be reflecting on this question. Is there anyone right now who you might have an unfair assumption about, good or bad? Consider examining yourself over this next song and ask God to show you any people in your life who you might have a wrong assumption about. And oh, but let me tell you, when I heard we were singing My Lighthouse tonight, I was so hyped.
Yes, me too.
That being said, let's all stand where we are and worship.
I'm wrestling in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence you won't let go. In the questions your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore.
I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing, 'cause your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea.
My lighthouse, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness. I will follow you, oh, my lighthouse, my lighthouse. I will trust the promise, you will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. Fight for us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Far before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Hey! Far before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Far before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness. I will follow you, oh, my lighthouse, my lighthouse. I will trust the promise, you will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore.
Wow, that song just gets me on my feet. Okay, so throughout this month, we're going to be talking about Zacchaeus and the story of Zacchaeus. And I'm going to do a little recap of what we talked about last month, just recap of the story. And a little background that tax collectors were kind of like the outcasts and the bullies in society back then. So keep that in mind. So Zacchaeus was a tax collector, and he heard the word of Jesus, and he was like, dang, that sounds pretty dope. Like, I really want to hear it. And Jesus was coming into town. He's like, yeah, I'm going. So he goes, Jesus is worshiping, he's saying the word, making miracles happen. Everybody's like, yeah, amen. I'm feeling this. Everyone's feeling it. And Zacchaeus was like, this is really dope, but I can't see anything. I'm kind of in the back row. I don't want that. So he's like, oh, that tree, and my upper body strength, like, yeah, I'm feeling this one. So I'm going to climb the tree. So Zacchaeus climbs the tree. He's there, and he's like, yeah, this is really cool. He's saying so many amazing things. Jesus is praising, feeling it. He's trying to teach everybody, and he sees Zacchaeus in a tree, and he's like, hey, dude, what you doing up in a tree? And Zacchaeus is like, man, I just couldn't see anything. And so Jesus is like, yeah, I'll be over at your place. Like, I'm just going to come over around 8. Like, is that tight with you? And he's like, I bet. Like, come over. So, yeah, and that's kind of the story. Something that I think was really interesting, we talked about last week, is how Jesus calls Zacchaeus' name out. It's something that I've taken really special to understand that Jesus and God knows everything about you. He knows your name, and he knows everything. From what you like to what you dislike, and it's just a really powerful and beautiful relationship.
Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I loved Kylia's version of the story. But now we're going to look into Luke chapter 19, 3 verse 6, which says, he wanted to see who Jesus was, but because he was short, he could not see over the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore fig tree to see him, since Jesus was coming that way. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and said to him, Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today. So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. Through this verse, we learn that even though the crowd in Jericho didn't like Zacchaeus and had all these assumptions about him, Jesus looked past the crowd's assumptions and saw what mattered to Zacchaeus. He saw Zacchaeus' desire for hope. And he does the same thing for us. He sees past the assumptions and opinions people have on us, and he knows us in a personal way. So he sees what matters to us and what we value.
Yeah, totally, Megan. I think that's a really important message and just like a reminder to remind ourselves every day at school, at home, wherever you are. And it's really important to remind us when we're feeling lonely, left out, judged, and just remember that the Lord looks at us from the heart and he knows us the most. It kind of reminds me of this one verse from 1 Samuel 16:7. Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things that people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Similar to the story of Zacchaeus and how he was getting judged by the people in the town, Jesus pulled him aside and showed him his real worth.
That's so true, Caitlin. And we should remember that it's personal because Jesus knows what matters to you. We can also make it personal with others by looking past our assumptions and getting to know people and what matters to them, which we are reminded of in Philippians chapter 2, verse 4, which says, let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. In the end, Jesus cares about what matters to you, and part of loving Jesus is caring about what matters to others too. Doing this can lead to a positive impact in all our communities and us being for the Bay. And now let's listen to another song and take some time to think about that and how we can get to know others better.
Well, hello, everybody. We are the Menlo Park student worship team, and we're so excited to be with all of you because today is a very special day for us. We're debuting a song that we wrote. It's this next song. We're calling it Step by Step, and it's really kind of about this idea of we're going to fail, and we're going to fail all the time. But the important thing is that we need to keep moving on step by step, and we need to keep going and keep living in God's life and keep chasing after what he wants us to be. So there's a lyric in this song, it's, I'll spend all my days chasing you, right? And that's, I think, is really the culmination of what we mean by step, is it's about the chase. It's about the pursuit of Jesus and living like Jesus. So without further ado, this is Step by Step.
Day when I wake, there's a longing. I can feel it deep within my soul. I'll spend all my days chasing you in every little thing that I do. For so long I had searched for peace, and you came and brought it to me. Oh, if my spirit were a speckle of yours, I'd be so much better. On your wings I would soar.
'Cause even though I may lose my breath, I'll keep moving on step by step. I know there's nowhere else I'd rather be, 'cause I'm coming after you like you're coming after me. I'm coming after you like you're coming after me.
You painted the world with your love. I'll be living proof you're not done. Teach me how to live in your likeness, and I'll paint the world with your kindness. In you I'm righteously made. I'll be the embodiment of your grace. And when my legs can't chase you no more, my spirit will continue to soar.
Even though I may lose my breath, I'll keep moving on step by step. I know there's nowhere else I'd rather be, 'cause I'm coming after you like you're coming after me. I'm coming after you like you're coming after me. I'm coming after you like you're coming after me. I'm coming after you like you're. Oh, I just wanna see your light. Oh, I don't wanna lose my sight. To stand right beside, I will live my life in the image of your greatness. Oh, I just wanna see your light. Oh, I don't wanna lose my sight. Stand right beside. I will live my life in the image of your greatness. Oh, I just wanna see your light. Oh, I don't wanna lose my sight. Stand right beside. I will live my life in the image of your greatness. 'Cause even though I may lose my breath, I'll keep moving on step by step. No, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. 'Cause I'm coming after you like you're coming after me. Coming after you like you're coming after me. Coming after you like you're coming after me. Coming after you like you're
There are two things we can do to make it personal, one for ourselves and one for others. The first way to make it personal for ourselves is by talking to God. The more we talk to him, the more personal he will become.
Yeah, totally. This week we should make it personal by talking to somebody new and understanding what their values are. I think that'd be a really great way to get to know people better.
I think that's such a good idea because I feel like we don't really get to know people and we just make assumptions, like sort of like how maybe Aaron had made an assumption about me and that I did something different. And I think it's just a great way to get to know people, and you guys should try it out too.
Definitely.
Definitely so true. And the bottom line we want you to take away today is that it's personal because Jesus knows what matters to us, and Jesus never judges a book by its cover.
Well said, Aaron. Jesus never judges a book by its cover, and like we shouldn't either. We should take in Jesus' word and never judge anyone else by a book. Never judge anyone else by a cover. This has been so great spending time together, and we've just had lots of fun getting to talk to you guys about the message of Zacchaeus. And make sure to stay tuned for next week, where the San Mateo campus will be doing the same thing we're doing, but they'll be talking about a slightly different thing. And now we're going to transition into a time of life groups, so make sure to click on the link and join those. We'll see you next week.
Bye.